Hello, I'm your host, Leonard Duncan. Welcome to a new episode of ATV-TALK and Motorsports Podcast. Please join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We bring you interviews with industry professionals, live events, live news about the motorsports industry in every episode. Enjoy the show. Logan Huff, welcome to ATV-TALK, brother. How are you, man?
I'm good, Lenny. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, brother. You know what? I couldn't not have you with some of the things that I'm watching on the internet. And, you are the points leader in the World Off-Road Championship Series.
Yeah, that's happening right now, man. We've been there the whole time, and I got a great Yamaha YFZ 450R that's finishing every race, and it's kept me in. Now I'm leading the points. Holy cow! A couple guys had some bad weekends, and yeah, no, I'm very fortunate. But hey, man, we got to start winning if we're gonna hold this thing. Beau Baron's I only got 4 points on Beau right now, so he's breathing down my neck.
Well, dude, just step it up, right?
That's right. We've been waking it up. Dude, I rode my dirt bike for 6 hours over the weekend, which is a lot. Like, I've been riding the bike a lot just to kind of keep costs down. And honestly, like, there's just a lot more going on while you're riding the dirt bike, and a lot of that stuff transfers over. I've got like 80 hours on my dirt bike now. And this month, the middle of March, I've actually had it for one full calendar year. And yeah, I've literally noticed big improvements on my body position, control. I go out there when I go fast on the quad, I feel way safer because I'm more in control. And there's just like less going on. Not to discredit the quad at all, dude. The quad, there's a lot of stuff as far as like pure bronze and strength that transfers over. But the dirt bike has been a big part of the program. Been plateauing, I feel like, these past few years. And all the guys that are really good at racing quads at the top level are good at racing dirt bikes too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm the only guy that's not doing it. So I got to start doing it. And it's making a big difference.
Did you have motorcycle experience before the ATV?
Dude, when I was a kid, I had like a YZ little 85, and I quickly got off that thing as soon as my dad got me a blaster when I was like 12. So, and then I got a Raptor 250. The dirt bike was not a part of my life for very long. So, yeah, now I'm spending a lot of time on it, wrestling a big bike, struggling. Dude, riding Gary's RMX ruts over at Mosquito Mex, some over at Fast Company. I get to ride down there because we sponsor the track. And holy crap, dude, riding ruts that are he trains his guys for Loretta Lynn's. So the ruts are literally shroud deep. And to ride those with balance is very hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's super hard just to make it around the track without tipping over.
Uh, do you think that it focuses you mentally as well?
It keeps so mentally, yes. So the dirt bike, I could ride that thing all day. I'm not gonna lie. I could probably do like a 3, 4 hour day. And my buddies that normally ride dirt bikes are like smoked, an hour in. But I'm totally good. Like the quad beats the crap out of you. You know what I mean? I'm physically fit from the quad, 100%. But the dirt bike, like, dude, I actually mentally, like, my brain gets tired. I feel my brain get like it's like because you're like having to plan ahead so much further in every turn. Like you just have to think about the next turn. You like obviously you do that. Everyone talks about that. Oh, you think about the next turn, like when you're racing, even on a quad. But like, dude, on the dirt bike, you will straight wad your crap if you don't, and it is just way easier to make a mistake. And the thing tips over. Ride the dirt bike for a while, and then you get on the quad and then it's not going to tip over. You know what I mean? It can, but I mean, you're way more in control. You're way more precise when you're mentally drained like that on a normal practice day on the bike. So yeah, the quad's pretty rad. The bike's rad, dude. I literally have not been riding the quad unless I'm going to a WORCS race, and I kind of just calibrate my mind in unclassified and then pro practice, and then we race it.
That's good. What other kind of training do you do now?
That and just the gym. The gym, and I got on I got on my mountain bike once this year. I need to get a little bit better about it. We're starting to get some daylight after work. We do 410s over at Fast Company, so now we have afternoons. I still go to work and it's dark, but I get off at 6 and we got like a couple hours of daylight. So I got out for an afternoon ride last Wednesday, but I just decided to ride my dirt bike instead of my mountain bike, because it's a little more fun, go ride some single track out there. But yeah, and you get work no matter what, you know what I mean? It's kind of for me, like I was talking about a minute ago with the quad, the fitness is already there. Like, dude, I can go get the crap beat out of me. I will suffer. Obviously, I did not perform at Havasu. I definitely kind of bonked like 20 minutes in after getting the whole shot. But for me right now, a big part of it is the precision skills. I'm super excited for E Street because it's not going to be so physically demanding. It will be obviously, but it's a lot more high speed and a lot of turns, and it's not so much like Havasu. Like you just gotta barrel through a bunch of whoops. You know what I mean? All day. So
Let me ask you a question about leading that race. You went from being a two-time Pro-Am champion to rolling into the pro class. You haven't been in the situation you were in the Pro-Am class in a number of years. Nothing wrong with that. It takes time to develop. You're riding against different guys. Do you think that part of you getting tired in Havasu was the mental aspect of leading the pro race?
it could have been, because that was literally the first time that I've ever led in the pro class at Works. In any not any pro class, AZOP. I've gone out there and won races, but it Works in the pro class. We're much more competitive, and I'll tell you what, all weekend, I've always, and I know that I'm really good at starts at Havasu, particularly. I think it's because of the short start that it is. And it's just right into that, basically a 180. It's not quite a 180, but it's pretty dang close.
Right.
And like you really just have to wrap out second gear to get there. You know what I mean? I've always started really good, and I manifested that. I really did. People always talk crap on manifesting stuff, but dude, I told myself I'm gonna get the whole shot today, and I did. I nailed it, and then I rode, dude. I led a whole lap. It was sick. And I didn't care about who was behind me. I was like, you know what? I'm ripping right now, dude. I'm holding the line. I'm hogging the track. I'm going everywhere. I've got the right of way right now, dude. If you want to freaking pass me, you got to move me. And so I'm going, and honestly, I just got super smoked like a lap and a half in, and then Travis ended up passing me. He motored right on, dude. I was like, dang, dude, he's freaking going right now. And I might have been holding my breath. I think it was probably like a whole lap that I went, and I like held my breath. Who knows? But I hit all my marks. You know what I mean? The track was definitely deep, but it wasn't as deep as it was going to be halfway through the race. But it was like in the third lap, Beau, he just, he knew he saw how I was riding. I was watching the drone footage too, and he's just going around like every hole, dude. And I'm just hitting him square on, dude, and just trying to stay in front of him. And I was like, yeah, he waited for the time, it's an hour and a half race. We did 16 laps on the day, which was just, I mean, you don't even know what lap you're on out there, And anyways, he ended up getting around me in the third lap. But no, it was a good time, dude. I know I belong up there. Because of the entries we've had, I've kind of just settled in for that third place. I knew I had third locked in, and just kind of played it smart. I've only got one quad right now. I don't have a practice quad, as I've just been focusing on the dirt bike. It's so cheap to ride, and it's been so valuable for me. But I do need to get a practice quad going again, just so I can stay in shape on the off weekends as far as the whole beating you up goes, But yeah, no, dude, it felt good to get out there and lead the beginning of that race. Let me tell you, I was like, this is a statement. This is a points lead statement ride right now. So
How old are you now?
I'm 29.
Oh, you're still a kid.
That's right.
What,
Yes, sir. Yes.
as far as motivation, you talked about getting things, changing things up and getting more focused. Is this something that comes with the age, or did you realize that, maybe the best part of your career was slipping away?
Yeah, maybe probably a little bit of both because I am just like, dude, I've probably only got like obviously Beau Baron, he is doing this. He's the guy we all look up to. He's doing this at the top level at 44 years old now, which is crazy. You know what I mean? He's an anomaly. But in all reality, we'll just average this out. In all reality, I probably easily have a solid 5 years at this top level in the pro class. And if I keep continuing on, I have more. But for sure have 5 locked in. Dude, I gotta get it done. Within that 5 years, I got some unfinished business. So I'm like, man, like I gotta figure out what's going on here. And I think that's kind of, yeah, maybe the wisdom did kind of kick in. And I'm happy. Like it's been a long time.
Something
I
happened
like
to your
this.
Wi-Fi.
Oh no, is my Wi-Fi good right now?
For a second there, it bleeped out.
It did. Is it good right now?
Now it's good.
All right, we're good. We're good. Okay, we're rolling. If you missed anything, I'm switching to the I'm not switching to the dirt bike, but I'm taking on the dirt bike challenge because for one, just cost, wisdom. I was just like looking at the bigger picture. I'm like, dude, like I need to figure out this plateauing thing because I just was honestly struggling at where to drag the front brakes and the turns, just like the literally the skill side of it. And I'm glad that I picked up the dirt bike when I did instead of earlier on because I mean, dude, I love racing quads and all that, but I love it so much that I know that I would actually be super bummed out if I would have hung it up earlier. But if I would have got the dirt bike when I was like early 20s, I think I would have just been like, dude, like, screw this. I'm just going to race the dirt bike. And I would have just been another guy out there. You know what I mean? For one, I don't know. Like, if I would have started early on, like when I was a kid, then I probably could totally, definitely have been a pro on a dirt bike. But because I picked it up super quick, I'm not going to lie. I've been having a great time on it. It has impressed me and my buddies how quick I picked it up. And it might just be like the line choice thing. You know what I mean? Been racing off road for so long, but dude, no, it's tough. It's hard to put into words what it is, but I think the wisdom. It's a good thing that I picked up the dirt bike at this age because I'm not sending it, and it is so easy to make a mistake. You can wad your crap on a dirt bike so easy. So I go out there and ride within reason every single day because I'm just like, dude, it could happen right now, dude. You just gotta be careful out here,
Well,
So
April 23rd is coming too.
it is, yeah.
Make sure that I just want to make sure you're at home, you know, treat yourself to maybe a steak dinner or, have special lunch there and just stay home that day.
Sounds nice. Yeah, I'll make sure my girlfriend takes me out to dinner or something. Gets me a sushi roll.
Yeah, no training, no nothing. Just, keep it down low.
Yeah, yeah. But
And anybody want to know about April 23rd, go back and listen to Logan's older episodes and you will catch up to speed on the 23rd. Plus, my grandson's birthday is on that, and his name's Logan as well.
yes, most importantly,
Right.
we don't like to talk about my April 23rd. We
Well,
don't...
We weren't gonna. People can go back and listen and find out about that.
Yeah, yeah, you should. Yeah, whoever's listening, definitely don't miss out on it. It's
Right.
bloody.
I wasn't gonna go there with it, but okay, yeah.
It was, dude. I skid my face on the ground, brother. I got lucky. I can't even believe I still got my teeth.
Well, it's good that you do, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I wouldn't have landed the girl I got right now.
without if you didn't have those teeth.
No way.
Well, it's good that you got your teeth in.
Yeah.
Uh, what I wanted to ask is, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and some of the changes to the industry, you've got to go back east and do some GNCCs, and you see the entry level that they have. Is there any correlation to maybe the program that you could see causing the entries to be down on the West Coast? Or I mean, just what's your perspective of it?
Man, that is a hard one right there. Dude, I don't know what the deal is out here, bro. We just need to get to the races. Like the East Coast culture, like everyone just kind of eats, like drinks, lives and breathes racing, dude. Like I don't know what the deal is. Maybe cost. I don't know. You hear that it's like, oh, okay, you move out there and still only get, it's like ratio wise, maybe you get paid the same. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what the deal is. But GNCC in a particular, well, honestly, yeah, the local races as well, like local races out there, there's a big presence. But it seems like those guys, whether it's a local series or GNCC, they've got their customer base built, and they have got momentum. That's what it is. Like I don't know, maybe we lost momentum out here on the West Coast. Because I don't know, maybe people do get paid the same, dude. It's tough to get paid 30 an hour out here. You know what I mean? Tough. It really is. Um, if you're making 30 an hour out there and it really is like that much less to live, like maybe that is a big deal. You could blow some more money on your quads. But yeah, dude, I do not dare ride my quad unless I'm racing it. Absolutely not. For one, it runs on race gas. The motor's pretty stock. It just has a high comp piston, but I got to change ball joints. I got to change the chain. I got, the deal. Like everybody listening knows the deal. So I don't know. I switched to the dirt bike, and I just moved out of my mom. Last time we were on a podcast, I was living in my mom's house still, and I just met my girlfriend, and I was pretty sure I was pulling out getting ready to pull a motor out of a razor or something like that, just to do some side work, just to make a couple extra grand on the side, and take up my nights for 3 weeks. Which I'm very fortunate to have the work. It's not a poor me thing, but I mean, hey, it's a hustle. I'm sure everyone's doing it. I don't know. Yeah, dude, I don't dare ride my quad to wear that thing out, put time on it, and I honestly, it almost doesn't make sense to put a practice squad together and start practicing on it when I got the dirt bike too. Just financially wise. But regardless, if you ain't got the skills, I guess you ain't riding in the pro class. But
Right.
um, I don't know, dude. It's the competitive edge. I see us as the working class pros out here. We're great XC2 racers when we go to a national at GNCC. Um, a lot of those guys at the top level out there have the opportunity to um, train full time and go and ride and work on their bikes and do whatever. And I don't live their life, so I don't really know. But I mean, that's just kind of what I would assume because I think that's what I would need to be at their level. I could totally do it, dude. If I just had to ride, work on my bike, and work out, put 6, 7 hours in a day like that, then hell yeah, dude, count me in. I'm gonna be there in that freaking top five, top 10 XC1, But I mean, hey, dude, you definitely got to be doing it for a long time too. That's the thing. Like the woods riding, dude. I get in the trees and I feel like I've said it before. I feel like I pull a tape measure out every time I go between the trees, and I'm like, all right, I can go through these. Where then there's the dudes in the XC1 class that have been ripping, dude, and they just hold it pinned, just hold it through the trees, and it's like, holy crap. So it's all perspective too on that, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just different place. It's different. It's just different, man. I mean, Walker did really good out here, but something Cole Richardson told me as well. He's like, dude, I just think you guys have a little less to worry about out there on the tracks as far as terrain goes. So when you're in that precise, tight mode in the woods, it reminds me a lot of my days on the dirt bike where I literally have to keep everything tight. And the second you loosen up, the bike starts swapping out or doing something weird and it gets out of control. If you keep it real tight all the time, and then you get out here on a 20-foot wide off road track, like, dude, sure, like you're going to be strong and you can just hold it pinned and close your eyes. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And again, no discredit to us, but out here it
Yeah,
works, but we're ripping, dude. It's yeah, everyone
they
they're
can't hit
hauling
high
butt out
speed.
there.
They when they come out here at first, they're not jumping into the high split edges, and used to the high speed that you guys are on the West Coast.
Right. Yeah, we're used to it. We expect it, Only a couple guys can come out here and ride that pace. Like Walker Fowler, dude, he's a well-rounded rider. You know what I mean? He's not just good at the woods. Like he used to ride moto, or he's done a little bit of moto and then he had a good pro motocross career as well on the dirt bike, and it's like, dude, okay, like that all transfers over, you know. I remember when I think Hunter Hart he came out, but I think he came out on a Woods bike at Prim, which would
Right.
be terrible, dude. I would not want to ride my Woods quad at Prim. There's no way it would work. And then Merritt, I think he just didn't ride as much moto at the time, and he was definitely a little younger when he did come out. But dude, he's been maturing in the XC1 class, and I mean we've been seeing it with his results. He's been battling for consistently battling for podiums, and you know led a couple races at the GNCC class, so the GNCC series. So I don't know. It all transfers over. Everyone's got their, you know, skill kind of in their back pocket, you know, but we all got different skills for sure. So, but the second time that Merritt and, well, I don't know if Merritt did come out again. I can't remember.
I don't think he did.
Hunter did, though. And he did way better the second time because he knew what to expect. You know, he was like, holy crap, dude, these guys just literally hold it wide open the entire time, you know, and I think he was like 22 or something like that, or 21 maybe when he came out the first time, and then I think he might have been like 23 or 22. It might have been the next year, if not the following, that he came out. The year after that for that Huevos race. Yeah, and he was rolling. He was doing good. And I think he was riding motocross and jumping on some random tires and stuff like that at his house, like just to kind of get prepped up for it beforehand. Like I don't think that they did any prep before they came out their first time. So
Maybe
yeah,
not, but it's still there's still talent.
there is, exactly. Yeah, it requires talent, dude. Like that, like if you're not doing prep or getting in that mentality, if you're riding woods for 10 years and then come out and try to do a works race, like you're gonna be like, holy crap, dude! Like you literally are just holding it to the throttle stop like the entire time. Like it is a long motocross race, and it just gets rough off road. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it literally is full bore, yeah, the whole time. You know, so yeah, it's a big deal. We go
Well,
fast.
I know Borge came out and won a works race in Washington, which is kind of a woods race.
Yes. Yeah. I remember
Came
Beau
out to
telling me about
Mesquite.
that.
Yeah, then he came out to Mesquite and got smoked.
Yeah, right, dude. Mesquite, that's a big track right there. You got to go fast, and it's deep too in the sand. Like it is literally one of the deepest. I like Mesquite. Mesquite's one of my favorites, and obviously it's close, but yeah, I mean it's 30 minutes away from me, but yeah, dude, it is. I've been riding a lot there on the dirt bike, but dude, it is literally one of the gnarliest tracks on the circuit. I think with the sand, the powdery sand that is by the river, and then the motocross track, dude. It's the guy that owns it right now, Gary. He literally preps the track so good, and it ruts up. There were some sick quad ruts there the last couple of years. By the time we get out there, and it is a cool track. It is a good one. It's rough.
I remember we played race there in '04 when I was riding the Kawasaki and
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kawasaki.
Volkswagen. Yeah, I rode the Kawasaki V4 700.
Oh, let's go. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
well, dude, if they're gonna give you a bike, you're gonna ride it, right?
That I'd pin that thing, dude. That thing would probably rip that step up now.
Probably,
It probably
probably.
would.
But the whoops in the back out by the creek
Hmm.
were so big that you disappeared at the bottom.
Oh yeah, then the guy in front of you, you're just like watching them go down. You're like, oh okay, they pop out of the ground.
Yeah, they were so giant. I mean, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And then the next year we went there, they were all small.
Oh, the whoops were.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
night and day difference.
Not every year is the same. That's another thing too. You know, every year is a little different. You know, the I don't know if they were using this section back in the day, but we're kind of where are we at here? We're kind of like further. I guess we're not going out towards the gun range. If you know where the gun club
Yep.
is, out
Yep.
like that's where the sand track normally was.
Yep.
We're on the other side of the mountain now, using that sand track, like below like some other farm fields over there. Like
Wow.
Gary's bro down with the guy that owns the land over there. And he lets us run his field, and so we have a little grass section, and then it turns into that powdery sand. And it's a little bit more powdery over there because it was kind of more river rocky sand over by the gun club, but
Yep.
and we use a little bit of that still, but I think there's like a housing tractor belt coming in, and it's like the noise and yada yada. Anyways, but
And you know what? The track was there before you get out of here. Shut up.
that's right. That's right. We're trying to race. Yeah,
Yeah. We,
cramping
we
our
went to
style.
Golden. We went to Goldendale, Washington one year,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, are you looking for the best suspension technology for your sport ATV? Look no further than Elka Suspension, the industry leader in sport ATV suspension technology. With championship wins in prestigious events such as the Dakar Rally, Score, Best in the Desert, ATV MX, Cross Country, and WORCS, Elka Suspension has established itself as the go-to choice for athletes and enthusiasts alike. But they don't just stop at ATVs. They're constantly expanding into new markets, including UTVs, trucks, SUVs, pit bikes, snowmobiles, and more. Their commitment to innovation and quality means they're always looking to improve and adapt so you can enjoy a smooth ride wherever you go. Want to learn more about what Elka Suspension can do for you? Visit their website at elkasuspension.com or give them a call at 450-655-4855. They will always be happy to answer your questions and help you find the perfect suspension solution for your needs. Flat, but the
Okay.
houses are far away, but the noise carried so bad they complained.
Oh, dude, someone's always got to ruin it for somebody.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, let us race. Shut up.
Yeah, no, that's love them all, and would love everybody, but I would love for people to know about motorcycle and ATV racing, man. A lot of people think you just sit on it and twist the throttle. That is not it.
Yeah, it ain't nothing like that. Nothing
Ain't
like that at all.
nothing like
So,
it.
so I want to go back to my question that we didn't answer, but we talked about.
I probably got into the weeds. I'm bad, dude.
It's okay. What do you think if they changed the format on the West Coast and made it, ATVs race on Saturday one day, you broke it up to an AM, a morning for the kids, then an AM race, then a PM race? Do you think that they could, get more people to?
Yeah, totally. If they didn't get more people to come out right away, they would get more people the following year and maybe 2 years after that. Just because we get more viewers, we don't get any viewers, man. We don't get really hardly any viewers, especially even people that are there on Sunday. Dude, by the time the Pro ATV race starts at 2 p.m. on Sunday, you better believe everyone that wasn't racing on Sunday is gone. And then whoever raced on Sunday at 10 a.m. is packed up and gone too by the time our race even starts.
Yeah,
So,
you guys should be racing
um,
on Saturdays.
yeah, and I don't know why WORCS definitely needs to do it. Dude, love Randy to death, and Dane and Carrie and all those dudes, Heather, they all crush it. But whatever we got to do to get the Pro ATV race, the Pro Dirt Bike race on Saturday, we need to make it happen. If those kids that are racing the A class want to suffer a little bit and get in the game, they need to race on. If they need to do a race, you want to do a race instead of practice. Uh, you know what I mean? Instead of a qualifier, quote unquote, in the morning, like, dude, just make them race. I mean, who cares if they're riding 3 hours because they're in A class on Saturday? I mean, dude, that's kind of your way into the pro class right there. I mean, you gotta make that happen. Dude, Ryan Hilt. I used to watch him do the Sport A class race on Sunday. I would race him, and he would like beat me when I just got into A class. And then we'd go through the checkers, and yeah, JD would flag him off, and he'd just roll right to the start line and do the pro am. I'm just like, what? That's crazy, dude. And like, but now looking at it, yeah, dude, I like that's what you got to do, man. That is what you got to do. Um, I think we would have way more viewers. Not only would the kids that are our fans get to see how fast we go, because I don't even think they understand how fast they need to go. Like they're just out there riding all weekend, but they don't even see us race, dude. We were going fast on race day. We might go fast sometimes here and there on certain sections in pro practice, but dude, it's practice. Like we're definitely not out there like balls of the wall for 20 minutes. I don't think in pro practice. Like it's one of those things. Like you got to have we are the blue sky to the sport, and the budget that WORCS is paying right now. I mean, they're paying $1,000 for a win. There's a solid pro purse. The pro purse we're super grateful for, but it is definitely bigger than the entry. But like that they're getting, they're not getting the amount of entries to pay for the purse. Um, if they're going to pay that out, dude, you might as well make a show out of it and show it off and let everybody watch.
I think if you're struggling something like that, what's wrong with dropping the gate with the freaking bikes and the pros and the quads together?
We could do that. That would be, I mean, that would probably cause more problems than, than, but we don't have any rigs right now, dude. We don't have any factory rigs. So, um, I don't know what happened there or what transpired. We kind of lost our factory support on the dirt bike side. We haven't had it for a very long time on the quads, honestly, probably since 2013. With D. Nelly, he was probably the last factory support, I
And he was
want to
just a
say.
support guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was probably the last time we had a factory rig out there for
Well,
quads, and it was the
you had Josh
Yamaha rig.
Fredericks had Can-Am, you know.
Yeah, I think D. Nelly, I think he kept it going for like another year or two after J.
Maybe.
Fred was out, though. Like that's kind of where I'm at. Where I was going with it. It's just like we lost our like quad guys lost their factory support for like a long time ago, but as far as rigs go and all that in the pits, but um, yeah, the dirt bike guys. Yeah, that was just about 2 years ago. We started losing our factory rigs. Now we only have 3 pro 450 dirt bikes, and dang it, we got to get that race on Saturday, man. We got to get it.
Yeah, you got to
Not only,
change the format because the format's not working.
yeah, if we can't get it televised. All right, that's one thing, but we at least need to be trying to show whoever's there on Saturday because everyone's gone by Sunday. They're raced out. They're smoked. They don't want to watch any more races.
They got to go home. They got to go to
They got
work.
or they got to go home. Yeah, exactly. And again, like for these kids too, like these parents, they got to go to work. They brought their kids out to go race and all that, but the kids don't even get to see how fast the pros go and how cool we are, quote
But that
unquote, right?
but that loses but
So
that loses people.
yeah, we exactly it does. Yeah, the kids lose interest.
Yep.
The parents stop. They're like, "Oh, well, why are we going to pay for this?" It costs a lot of money. It's like, yeah, dude. The first thing to go is to get
Well,
rid
they
of
don't see
racing in
any
the family.
they don't see 20 pros out there, so they don't see a reason to do it.
That's another thing too. The parents don't see a future for their kids either. So that is another problem. They're obviously the one running the cards and all that. Getting their kids out there. So, dude, yeah, we need all the help we can get. Definitely got to get on a Saturday program. I voiced it out with 2 different emails in the survey for WORCS this year. Obviously, wasn't any changes at round 1. I haven't voiced it out in person or anything like that, but I totally agree with you. We definitely need to be racing on Saturday. And hell,
It's
I'd
just
love to go home on Saturday night.
Yeah, but see, you can't do that. You got to stay and be there Saturday, Sunday, at least Sunday,
Yeah,
walk around the pits.
I would totally do that too. I'd hang out Sunday morning. I'd make a weekend out of it. I mean, we drove,
Why not
6, 8
race?
hours. Yeah,
Why not race the pro bikes and the pro quads on Saturday and then have a mandatory autograph session on Saturday night?
could totally do that. Yes,
You
yes.
know,
Yeah, I like where you're going with that. Yeah, dude. And I'll even race dude, they'll get an entry from me. I'll race my dirt bike on Sunday if everything goes good on Saturday. You know what I mean?
there you go. That just increased. That just paid more money. I
50
mean,
more bucks, dude. I'm saying. I think it's totally worth it. Not even joking. Like it's totally worth it. 100%. We need to be racing on Saturday. So,
I agree.
um, yeah. No, I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it, and I hope I get to be there when it happens. So,
Well, it's got to be the powers that be. And, you know, I'm no fan of how the organizations ran or who's in charge of it. So
right. Well, I mean, hey, no, not right.
everybody's
I
got their
like
own,
Randy. I love Randy. Love her to death.
everybody's
Love
got
all
their
those
own
guys.
gig. Everybody's got their own gig. And I'm not saying he's running it and he's got to do his thing. And I just see something needs to change.
Yeah, it has been. He's probably just drafting off the schedule that's been for the last how long, I mean, the schedule's not changed much since, my first WORCS race was in 2013, first race ever. So, I remember the pro race was always Sunday morning. Maybe it was at like 9 or something like that. It
It
wasn't
was
as
in the
late.
morning.
Yeah, it was in the morning at least on Sunday. Yeah, and then everyone watched. Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. At least it was in the morning on Sunday. So, but like, yeah, there are a lot of guys that will just opt out of. I think it should just still be Saturday because a lot of guys will opt out of even like sticking around for that Sunday race. They'll be like, "Oh, dude, it happens at noon on Sunday. Like, I need to go." Like, they'll leave Saturday night for sure at that point. But yeah, if
You're
we get it in on Saturday, it's the way to go.
you're losing A riders because they're not staying because
Yeah,
it's late. It's too late in the afternoon.
right, right. Yeah, those A guys. Yeah, I mean, they would. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't think that they will lose customers. I don't think they'll lose entries.
I think they'll
The
gain.
I think they'll gain them. I think they'll gain them 100%. Totally, totally will. It'll gain more interest because they'll get to see, like, literally, they will just get to see how fast we're going. Quads are loud as crap. Quads are way louder than dirt bikes. It is what it is, dude. We're putting more weight down. We're turning more weight with the rear axle and the tires. Running tire blocks too. Like, it is definitely a louder machine, and we're making a ruckus, dude. When people are out in the pits and they're hearing quads on the track, they're going fast. They're gonna stop what they're doing. They're gonna stop flipping burgers and they're gonna walk over the track and see what's going on. And be
Right. I
like,
mean,
"Holy
what
crap,
you're
dude!
going to
These guys are
do,
getting after it, dude!" Like, yeah,
you're going to generate excitement for the sport,
exactly,
and that's
exactly.
going to draw spectators. So your whole pits are going to shut down and people are going to come and watch.
Yeah, yeah. And it's one thing, like, and dude, like the dirt bike guys, they go way faster than us because it is the dirt bikes are just faster machines. They got bigger wheels, they got more suspension travel. Sometimes there are tracks where we are faster than them. But it's very rare. But regardless, again, like the dirt bike motors have like 60 horsepower stock, so they don't have to be revved out and making a bunch of noise and stuff. So maybe the dirt bike scene probably wouldn't even like. I mean, obviously, everyone would watch the pro dirt bike race on Saturday. They'd be like
Right.
just as interested. But like, I'm telling you, the quads are so freaking loud, and we're just have to be on the limiter to even go anywhere. it, it would gain a lot of excitement and attention, just like you're saying. Like if there was a quad pro race happening on Saturday at 2 p.m., everyone would stop what they're doing and go watch the race just because of the noise.
Yeah. And at 5 o'clock, you're having an autograph session, mandatory.
Oh, dude, that'd be tight. That'd be really cool. Yeah,
And the
that'd be
kids get to
sweet to
walk
do.
through and you have to sign posters and hand them out, at the minimum, half hour to an hour of your time. Boom, you're just sitting there signing autographs.
Oh yeah, yeah, and
At
give out
first it
some
would be kind of
stickers.
small, but eventually you'd start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you know.
Yeah, and it would help out with sponsors as well because they would see how the schedule is like, or like just see how it's structured through the weekend. They'll be like, oh, okay, we have more interest in WORCS now because of how they're structuring it. We're at least targeting their local, their customer base or their local fans, the ones that are at the race. So we're at least targeting them better because we're really not targeting them all right now.
Right. Dude, I'm talking about there's so many different things that you can do to generate business. It's difficult, but you got to do
Mhm.
it. I went back to that Legends race in Ohio.
Oh, I heard that was a total hoot. I'm bummed I missed that.
Dude, it was so cool. Um, the autograph session, you figure it was going to be a half hour, going to be so many, it was almost 2 hours long.
Wow. Wow. Everyone expected it to be quick and it just kept rolling.
The line, we I've teamed up with 4130 Motorsports and a
Okay.
JSR, and they made bags, and we put some stuff in the bags, and we had 125 bags. Okay, I
Wow.
didn't get to. I got like the first maybe sixth of the line. I mean, I didn't get to hardly anybody.
Hmm.
I couldn't see the end of the line, and I had to stop because we ran out of bags.
Yours like, oh, dude, I did not prepare for this.
We did
120,
we had no. I mean, we would have had to bring
125 is a lot.
we would have had to bring almost 600 bags to cover it.
Oh yeah, that's gnarly. Well, good. I mean, hey, it turned out to be what you didn't expect. You know what I mean? And it just
That was
ended up
great.
being better.
I don't
Like,
even
hey,
know. I gave free T-shirts away, with the certificate in the bag for ATV Talk, and
okay.
JSR handled it for me. They just sent me a bill, hey, pay this, pay this, pay this, because the
Hmm.
people would email in their address and everything for their shirt, and it was great.
That's killer. That's so sick. Yeah, I'm bummed that I missed that. Corey was trying to get me to go out, and I opted out. I decided to work. So
You missed out, man, because
I know.
they were fast.
I'll bet. I'll bet they were fast. Dude, those guys rip. I went to the Loretta Lynn's in 2021 and it blew me away off. Like, especially after getting the crap kicked out of me on the track all day and then like watching the pro motos, then just watching them ride it. I was just like, that is insane how they were just riding it so smooth and literally just going twice as fast. I felt like they were going twice as fast. It was insane.
Are you ready to be captivated by one of nature's masterpieces? Discover the breathtaking beauty of Antelope Slot Canyon, a natural wonder in Page, Arizona. Join us on a guided tour and immerse yourself in the mystical light beams, rich colors, and serene landscapes. With tours at prime sunbeam hours, experience photographer's paradise and capture memories that will last a lifetime. Comfortable shoes, a camera, and a smile are all you need for this adventure. Book your journey today at Antelope Slot Canyon Tours and let the canyon enchant you. Please visit us now, antelopeslotcanyon.com, for more details. Well, Natalie won the thing, and Wimmer was right on his ass. And their lap times, I know they only went 10 minutes, but their lap
Hmm.
for that 10 minutes would have put them inside the top five.
Oh, really? I see.
Yes.
Okay, I see. So, like the Legends Moto, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, dude. Yes, dude. I would have loved to see, dude. Corey, he up there for a while? Corey's my
Uh,
boy, dude.
no, he ran well, but he wasn't as close to the. I mean, Wimmer and Natalie were on the next level.
I guess, yeah, they're always on it. Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, they
I
were
mean,
freaking.
Natalie looks like he could come back and race to the pro class today. He's freaking rock hard, in shape, and he's in his late 40s.
Yeah, I lined up with that guy at Wavos, dude. He was ripping. Like, he was definitely ripping good. He was
Yeah.
hauling butt.
Yeah, and he did there too, you
That's
know.
sick.
And Wimmer
That's
hadn't
what's
been
up.
on a quad. Gosh, Wimmer hadn't been on a quad in 8 or 9 years. Went out and raced 2 or 3 times, at the locals, and then came and did it. And no slouch. He rode really well.
Really,
Yeah.
that's sick. Was Hit out there?
Hit Rose out there, you know.
Okay,
Um, he did well. Farr came out and rode the first moto in practice.
okay. Let's
Spader was on a
go.
two-stroke.
That is so sick, dude. Yeah,
Spader's
I'm
the only
bummed.
guy to ride a two-stroke.
I should have went out to that. Next time they have one, I'm gonna go out.
So Doug Gus flew over the facility, landed, and they brought him in, and he rode the second moto. I mean, he just rode. He didn't race. He went out.
Yeah,
Him and Spader were in the back, and they were like Dyson, just having fun with each other.
that's tight,
Yeah,
dude. Those guys, those were the OGs right there. They made our sport what it is today.
yeah. I mean, Eichner and Barry McCarty,
Hmm.
they were both 59 years old.
That's crazy. Honestly, I couldn't think of. I honestly couldn't even imagine going. I can't believe Bo's doing it as long as he's doing it right now. Like, let alone at like 59. My
I
dad, I try to get not and
Eichner,
like love my dad to death. He's a badass dude, but He does not dare throw a leg over my quad right now at all.
I could retire at 49.
Right. That's what I, yes. Okay. That's what I heard.
He
That's
was winning. He
crazy.
was winning at WORCS in at Beau's age.
That is gnarly. Yeah. I mean, hey, dude, that is, he's an anomaly, you know?
So what I was going to tell you, or one of the things that I was going to talk to you about, if you look at the maturity level of most of your ATV pros, if you go back in history,
Mm-hmm.
they're in their later 20s or into their 30s. As they mature, as you guys mature physically, mentally, and you become, real developed men,
Yeah.
that's when you start to win. I mean, Joel Hetrick and Jeremiah Jones, and there's a couple other guys that are younger that have developed, but for the most part, it's generally not a young guy that's going out and doing that.
Right. Yeah. Especially on the quad, dude. The quad literally requires a man's strength. Like, it straight up does. Like that, or like a lot of finesse. And if you have that finesse, you still got to be strong. Like, dude, Joel, I'll bet you, and Walker too, dude. Those guys are like 5'8", and they're probably 160, or no, I'm sorry, they're probably 180, 190 pounds, dude.
Joel's a little bitty dude.
He's not that tall. Like when I met him when he came out to Glen Helen, I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't expect him to be tall, but I didn't expect him to be like shorter than me. I was just, I was just like, oh, okay. Like he's probably not a tall dude like Chad Weenan, but yeah, he was. I was like a few inches taller than him. I was like, dang, dude. Like I was like, he just whips that thing around like it's nothing. But he's a stout dude, And
How strong do you think that guy is?
oh, dude, he's probably got some grip strength. Like we had this grip strength thing in the shop the other day because Fast Company where like we just got this little grip tester thing because we're just like, oh, we're gonna go speak to this, ride our bars down a downhill at a mountain bike event and then like test your grip strength afterwards and then do it with a rigid bar. Anyways, I only had like 125 pounds, like, and I think I had like 4 pounds less on my left hand. And I'll bet you he's got a solid like 150 or 160, dude.
Isn't
Like
it crazy?
crazy grip strength, dude. So and like Walker too, dude. Walker came to Fast Company when that we did the Huevos race, and I mean I met him before out at GNCC and just like I don't know, stocky dude, stocky tough guy. I'm just like that is what's up, dude. Built. You literally have to be strong, and you got to have the wisdom. And this is the things that we see in Supercross too. Um, Supercross, dude, like Cooper Webb right now. Um, Tomac, dude, all these guys that are the veterans are really the dudes that are winning it and going out there riding at 80% or 90% and not risking it the whole time that they're racing. You know what I mean? They're going out there and riding the event rather than going out there and racing. Well, they're definitely racing, but
Right.
they're they're in control. They're not risking it every single night at
You look at
the edge.
bringing up Supercross. You look at Jet Lawrence. He's bigger than all of those guys.
He is. That's another thing too, dude. He's big and he's tall. He's got length on those guys, dude. Like I don't know. He is so like it's cool to watch him ride because the finesse that is involved there. I mean, it just makes for a smoother ride as well. But like, it definitely takes that mental strength and preparation coming into every line, and and then it takes that strength to be prepared.
I
But
was so
yeah, a
bummed.
lot of
Like,
talent.
I mean, I'm a Jet Lawrence fan because I'm a Honda guy. I
Oh,
was
okay,
super
yeah, yeah,
bummed though with Tomac because I thought Tomac was going to prove to all of them that he still got it because
I know it.
dude, he was so fast until he broke his leg. I mean, gosh, that guy just unbelievable speed.
I can't believe he did a whole main event with a broken leg, though. You know what I mean? He's over here on a stationary bike. Oh, dude, I'm good. I'm just, I'm a pedaling out. It wasn't even like a fracture, a clean break. It's like, holy
Well,
crap, dude.
it's a different era. When at 29, the guy you are now and the guy you were when you were 19, it's not the same guy.
Right, right. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the wisdom's huge. Like, definitely gotta be wise out there. Like,
But
I
your
mean,
strength, your mental strength, your physical strength, it's all totally different.
it is. It is totally different. I've got a totally different perspective and outlook on what I do compared to when I was 20. That is for sure a true statement.
You got all that life experience. You're becoming a solid man, and it changes the way you ride, changes the way you prep. It changes every aspect of your game.
It does. Yeah. No, it totally does. Yeah. No, you said it well just now, man. That's no, I've got to like I've thought about it all the time, and I don't know. Yeah, no, I just get in my boots, get in my knee braces. It's what I do. You know what I mean? I don't really think anything like, oh, like I don't know. I don't think anything special of it anymore. I do, but it's not like I don't know.
The
I
oohs
don't
and
know
ahs,
how to explain it.
the oohs and ahs went away.
The oohs and ahs went away, maybe, and maybe it's turned into a little bit of work that way. But I enjoy it so much, I just keep doing it because if I don't do it, if I go 2 weeks without riding, I'm an angry person. I'm actually not a happy person. I'm just like, dude, I gotta get out today and just forget about what's happening in real life because I have to ride my motorcycle. I gotta go ride something.
It's stress relief. It keeps you physically fit, keeps your blood flowing, your mind working. Dude, it's a total positive all the way around.
It is. Yeah, it's such a good release. And yeah, it's a great workout.
Even if you stop racing, you got to keep doing it.
Oh yeah, totally. Dude, my grandpa is 81 years old and he had last year at it was like a couple months after his 80th birthday, he had just gave his DRZ 400 to my uncle cuz he was just like, dude, if I tip this thing over there out in the desert, I can't pick it back up. So, he got an e-bike. So he's pedaling the e-bike now. But he's totally been enjoying that. And I'll bet you that for him at 81 years old, I'll bet you getting on an e-bike just blows his mind and it has just relit the fire. Dude, he rides every single day at noon, even in the summertime here in St. George, which is kind of crazy. Like it literally gets over 110. And I'm like, Grandpa, go in the morning. It's like, oh, I got to play tennis with my friends and, they play in the morning and I got to go ride afterwards. I'm just like, okay, dude, like you scare me when you tell me that. But,
But it's the
but
best thing to keep the blood flowing and keep his mind going and keep him in shape.
yes.
My dad had a medical deal here a few months back, and afterwards, I mean, it really affected him, and it affected his strength and his stamina. And he started this exercise program of walking, just walking,
Oh,
and
yeah.
totally changed. He's totally different. He's got
Is it
more
John?
energy. He can focus better. I mean, it's just staying in shape and exercising. It just puts you at a whole different level.
It does, because like mentally you're accomplishing small goals, throughout the day.
Yep.
Where like with the walking, even taking it back to that, like walk, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna walk this far today. And you're out there and you're walking, you're like, oh, dude, I feel good right now. I'm gonna go a little bit farther. And
Yep.
then like maybe you don't want to go too far because you're a smart guy and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wrap it up for the day and I'm gonna come back and hit it tomorrow. Go this far plus 100 steps or whatever it is.
He's got a walker. Oh shit.
What is going on? I pressed the
That's crazy.
freaking notifications, dude.
Right. He's got a
Don't pay.
walker
Well, like,
and he uses
no.
it sometimes, but
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Baby steps, like, however you got to keep out there doing it, like,
he started with the walker. Now he only uses it if he's having an off day, which is I'm I'm stoked for him.
that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And I'll bet he sees that as a huge win. He's just like, all right, like, he's basically pulling his youth back out when he doesn't have to use his walker,
Well,
I
we
bet that's,
just set up a TV for him back out in the shop so that he could go out and work in the shop. And he hasn't done that, in a couple years where he wanted to go out and physically be in the machine shop again.
oh, wow. Yeah. No, that's
So,
cool. That is
yeah.
cool. As a guy, like, dude, you just got to be accomplishing things throughout the day. So when you're knocking stuff out like that, like whether it is that physical training or physical therapy, whatever it is, like you just get things checked off the list throughout the day. It is a good day. Like the other day for me, I went to Mosquito Mix, rode my dirt bike for I put 2 hours on it. It was like 1.8. It was 6 20-minute motos, which was brutal. I did them all. I got checkered off every single time. So I did the whole 20 minutes. Got that. I went down there. I left at like 6:30 a.m. Got down to the track, rode, and then came back. And by the time, because it was split practice, I got back to town before noon. Went, got me a big old burrito, and then ate it. Came back, came in the backyard, sprayed my dirt bike off, prepped it for the next day because I was going to go trail ride with my buddies the following day, and got that done. And then I went to the gym, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to work out here for an hour, dude. I don't got to do a whole lot of work today because I just literally rode for like 2 hours, and I was kind of already smoked going there. Oh, and before all this happened, I took an ice bath too. I've been ice bathing every day. It is literally the best thing ever. I don't have any inflammation in my back. I have no temptation to pop my neck or anything like that. I highly recommend ice baths. Do it, get it done. You just can't think about it. Do it just like Joe Rogan says. Get out of bed and go do an ice bath. Like first thing. It's something hard you got to do and get checked off of the list every day. You just do it. You
How
start
long?
the
How long are you in there for?
I just do 2 minutes. I was doing a minute and
Two
a half.
minutes?
Yeah, yeah, it goes by, dude. It goes by so fast. It is so easy. Honestly, like since I do it so often now, I get in and it feels good. I'm like, yes, dude, we're in here. It's like a, it's like a big ice pack on your whole body. Cold plunge, you know what I mean? So it cools everything down, dude. And you get out and like you just literally feel the energy just like floating off of you. It's insane. Like I feel hot, I feel warm getting out, and it's like 40 degrees outside or whatever. It's not warm, but it's not cold. But I get out, you know what I mean? I feel warm. It's killer. Ice bath. It's a big deal, dude. It is a huge deal. So I got that done. I went and rode, and then I washed my bike, prepped it, and then I went to the gym. And dude, and it's like 3 o'clock. My girl hasn't even got off work yet, dude. And and this is on Friday. We work 410s at Fast Company, so I did my 40 hours Monday to Thursday. So Friday is my Saturday. Um, anyways, and I'm like, all right. Now I'm like, I'm just gonna go start working in the garage and get a couple things done out there because I did all the work I need to do on myself. And then yeah, and then no, is this a good day? And then you're wrapping it up before 5. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's a good day. That's a very good jam-packed day right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, I'm jealous. I don't get to go ride.
Dude, get out there, bro. Get out, even if it's an e-bike like my grandpa, dude. It's good.
Oh, well, I go train 3 days a week, but I work 7 days a week.
Oh, right, all right. Yes. Hey, no, that's
I'm so
entrepreneurship.
busy. I'm building more machines now than I did when I was freaking going to works all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Well, honestly, yeah, I could there's more opportunity there because when you're doing it at works, I mean, and you're racing and you're fighting the schedule all weekend, I mean, did you really only have like I mean, if you're putting that full effort in, like, I mean, who can you take on like 3 guys at the most? You know, like other than that,
Well,
it's kind of
most of the people that I've ever watched had one guy. I was the only idiot. I had four at my max at one time.
okay. That's a lot of work. That's a ton of work right there. You know,
But
that is.
now, I mean, I don't know if I don't know. I mean, I'll be 59 later this year, and
Mhm.
I don't know if I could come back and keep that pace.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
go on.
It's you probably. I mean, body in motion stays in motion, kind of thing. You know what I mean? If you're doing it, it'd probably be a shock to the system for the first half of the year, and then summer would come along, and you get back out of your rhythm, and it'd be a struggle. I'm just kidding, but I'm
You race
sure you
multiple
could definitely
series.
get it.
Hey, if you race multiple series, then you never have a break.
Honestly, though, yeah, dude, East Coast, that's another thing that's kind of crazy too, dude. The momentum, speaking of that again, the momentum of those guys have out there because, dude, they could do a national and then they're gonna do a local the next day, or they got locals between local races on weekends between national weekends. So they're literally every weekend. Dude, Doug Kurrick, the Sunstar rep over there. Well, he's in engineering now, but He used to be all of our Sunstar reps, and dude, he told me he did like 40 weekends, and I'm just like, that is insane right now, dude. And he's like, oh, we like his boys are younger, so they didn't race every single one of them, but he was at 40 races, and he took his boys with him just to go watch and whatever. But I mean, they would have been on PW 50s, so he could have took them with, but to go race if they were old enough. But the idea is you can go to a race pretty much year round out there. And I mean, you'll be stoked to be home when you're home.
I don't.
That's
When
for
I started
sure.
racing in the end of the '80s,
Uh-huh.
we could
Yeah,
race every weekend.
that's wild. See, that's pretty cool. That's way
Yeah,
cool right there.
and nothing like there's no tracks like that anymore.
Well, and let's talk about insurance out here, dude. Insurance, everyone's so happy out here in the West Coast. So that's probably a big problem, honestly. That is probably the leading issue of why we can't have races out here.
Probably.
Honestly, it literally is probably one of the biggest issues. I know, like most of the time, like I mean, a lot of promoters will be like, "Oh, like they'll like use it as an excuse, quote unquote." But I think that there's a lot of truth behind that. We got
There is.
LAC, we're losing LACR right now. Where we've lost Cal City, we've lost a lot of good tracks. I mean, we really only have Glen Helen, Paris, a seasonal Paris, and we really only have, and the same with Kauai too. Kauai Creek, that's a seasonal track.
For
Um,
bikes only, though.
Bikes only for sure, yeah. But just like industry wise in general, like I mean, yeah, all these tracks are bikes only, dude. Glen Helen, I mean, I hear of days and it blows me away. I see some of my buddies will randomly post when they're riding quads around the main track, and I'm just like, dude, who told you that this was going to be a day? But yeah, you really only have Glen Helen and Paula that are open year round,
Yeah, you're gonna
and
drive, but are you gonna drive 4 hours to Glen Helen to go ride?
probably not. I won't. Yeah, it could. I probably won't. I did on my dirt bike. I was running down to a warehouse down in Cali for some help from a sponsor, but I was like, oh, dude, I'll just bring my dirt bike and go ride Paula and make it worth it. You know what I mean? And that was cool. But like, yeah, again, like, dude, you definitely couldn't get a quad on the track out there, and I mean, I get it. Quads are definitely everything. The track beats in different with dirt bikes and with quads. Like everyone understands that. Quads are definitely they move a lot more dirt. We got 11-inch wide rear tires. We totally move a lot more dirt. We're a little harder on the tracks. Definitely because of it's a wider tire, it does make it hard packed, which is fine. Whatever. But yeah, those guys, they're real nitpicky and maybe they're
But
just a
dirt
little
bike guys are
lazy on their
sissies.
prep.
But dirt bike guys are sissies too.
Yeah, hey, a
Hide the
little
shit.
finesse.
Come from the days when we raced Carlsbad and they didn't prep the track. They turned the sprinklers on 2 hours before practice and then shut them off 15 minutes before. And that's what the track was. There was no grading. They graded the
Oh, for
start.
a
That
quad
was
race,
it.
basically.
No, before every race. They
Oh, for
didn't
every race.
they didn't prep the track before a motocross national.
Sounds like a Moto GP.
Dude,
Honestly,
man
yeah,
up.
yeah, they ought to prep the track for sure. And I know it
No,
costs money, a little diesel, you know what I mean,
no.
a little equipment.
Motocross is rough, dude. Come on.
For
You
sure, though, I feel that.
you young guys don't know what it's like.
Yeah, yeah. The tracks are. I mean, they get rough. We ride rough tracks. We go faster
But
now, Lenny. So it's the holes are
uh
harder hits.
bullshit. Your suspension's better. Logan Huff, points leader of the World Off-Road Championship Series. Brother, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, dude, Lenny, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, dude. We don't do it enough. So thanks for having me on the occasion, leading the points in the Pro ATV class right now. Well,
And I hope you're checking out those Dirt Wheels magazines.
I always am. Yes, sir. I always am.
I hope you see what we're doing.
We got lots of flex bars in there. It's
You're checking that out, right?
I am. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
No,
Well,
thank you.
make
Yeah, if
sure.
you ain't running bars, dude, you ain't running flex handlebars, I don't know what you're doing.
You ought to see all those builds that we're doing. They're all got flex bars on them.
All right. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. No, we couldn't do it without, guys like yourself running podcasts like ATV-TALK. And then also guys, our riders and supporters that get our bars in the magazine. Cause again, we are a small business and, yeah, we're all American made and it's an expensive product to make. So yeah, everyone that supports us, we're big on word of mouth. So it's huge. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, there you go, brother. Thank you so much again. Logan, you have a wonderful night. And tell the boss I said thank you so much for letting me borrow you, okay? Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to share us with your family and friends. The podcast is available on all streaming platforms, and you can find us on social media as ATV-TALK Podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter